One's 6. I put the 6 in by mistake earlier on.
Shall we just let you carry on? We're live.
That's all. We're not live.
He's like, this is how I messed up my liquids.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry for being a few minutes late. We had an update issue, but we're all good now. I couldn't
Once it
hear
was
James.
actually none of us were actually at fault apart from technology.
No, I couldn't hear James at all, so I had to relaunch it and do the update and everything else. So, but anyway, we're here now. So we'll say a few good evenings to people. Scroll at the top. The Vaping Snowman, evening to you. Frankenmiser, evening Frankenmiser. Mick King, good evening. Paul Denby, good evening. Rufus, good evening to you, Rufus. Daniel, first of my spanners. Oh, we got that going into chat. That's good. Ants in my eyes. Craig, good evening, people. I hope we're all safe and sound. Yeah, and a blessed day. We are indeed. Thank you, Craig. What's that? The roof's on fire. What? I hope not.
Oh, the roof is on. It's a song.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Song.
Didn't know that one. Iggy, evening Iggy. Dean, evening Dean. I hope you got Royal Mail delivery today. Hopefully it should have arrived. Patrick Pyle, Adrian Mason, evening Adrian. Guy Stewart, evening to you. And you've just reminded myself about a phone call I had to make for you, Guy, and I apologise. I haven't done it. At least I'm honest, aren't I? Forgot. Kieron, evening to you. Patient Dean. I like that one. Was Dean saying hurry up? Lynn,
He was, yeah.
evening Lynn. Spanner number 2. Spanner number 3 is actually on front of the camera. We've only got 3, haven't we? 3 now? I think we've got 3 spanners now.
We've not seen Lobby for quite a while, have we?
No, we haven't seen Laurie. No, we haven't. No. Who else have we got? Craig, I've said. Louis Carp Fishing, good evening to you. Adrian Mason, I think I've said. Corgath, evening Corgath. Phoenix Vapes, evening Phoenix Vapes. Mark Trigwell, I was busy getting autographs. Yeah, right. I never had to practice that signature thinking someone might want it one day. I don't think I have. John Vaping Joker, good evening. Willie? Is that Wally?
Willie.
Is that another Scottish thing, is it?
It is. It means hours. It means hour, but it's Ur.
Right,
Willie.
okay.
Willie. Where Willie?
It's like another country, isn't it? Mark Trigwell, evening, Mark. Cheech, value, was it? Evening, Cheech.
I love that. Teacher's values on Bonnie.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Well, Cheech will make it to the end tonight. I've got a good feeling.
He should do.
Yeah. Nicola, evening, Nicola. Who else have we got? Peter Kendall, evening, Peter. Evening, Biochip arrived. Really impressed. Who else? Willie again. Oh, right. No rush, Mark. Thank you, Guy. Oh, excellent. Dean received today. Squire, in the queue it goes. Yep. Okay, well, look forward to that. I think it's, well, we'll talk about it in a little while. Jed Hall, evening to you. The Vaping Chuckle Sister. It's like the Chuckle Brother, but the Chuckle Sister, isn't it? Who would that
to her.
Oi. Dean's editing at the minute, so be in and out of chat. No problem at all, Dean. What's the bottom right? Oh, yeah, these are... Well, we'll get to that as well in a minute. They are now... Sorry. Should I do that? There you go. That's the single coil. They're now in stock, but we'll get to that in a little while, perhaps. Kevlar, evening Kevlar. Dion78, evening to you. Fletcher, evening Fletcher. Patrick, I've said. Who else? Anyone else? No, that's it, I think. The Vaping Chuckle Sister. Any room on the panel? What's that? For me. Gary Heron, evening Gary. And Coil. Evening Coil. I think we're there. I think we're done.
Yep, and hello to anyone who's watching on replay.
Yeah, I always forget people watch on replay. So, yeah, it's a very good point. Very good point.
I always forget that as well.
Yeah. So, who would like to? Has
Because
anyone
they're
got
getting
anything?
old, everybody in chat, they're getting old. I have to remember all these things for them.
Has anyone got anything new tonight that they want to vape?
I have 2 new things.
2 new things. Kieron, have you got anything new?
I've got a few new things, but only one I've got set up right now. All the rest has not been set up yet. Not a
Right.
chance.
Shall we let James go first then? Because
Yeah, go on
he
then.
hasn't been first for a while.
Right. So I've got my usual my Typhoon GT4S with the nano steam tuners cap on there with the Rinko Manto S. And in that I've got some original candy cane from the Yeti line. It's very nice. I have the Nautilus GT tank from Smoker Store and Aspire.
With a 0.7 ohm coil in it?
It is, yeah. It's the very
Yeah.
one. And that's on the Vaporstorm Eco. I nearly forgot the name of that mod there. And inside that I've got some RY4. And then my new thing is I've got the Geek Vape Nova and I've got the Artemis 2 sitting on there. Looking pretty.
You've got the what,
And
sorry?
the Artemis 2.
The Artemis 2. Oh, interesting.
Uh-huh. And inside that I've got Fresh Squeeze from Element Dripper series. And they're all 3 milligrams apart from the RY4, which is 10 milligram Nick salts. Over to Kieron.
Kieron.
3 things as always. Always just 3 things. As usual, my Cthulhu with the CM bridge. In there, I've got some Best Sig Liquid coffee cigar. I'm on my pan. Who's that? Pan Mark.
That was him. I put mine on silent.
I'm on the
May have
Pandora
been
V2, and inside that I've got some IVG Ribena lemonade. And like James, I'm on the Artemis 2 dual coil new in as well. And then that one I've got my wrong e-liquid. I've got 6 milligram by mistake, so I can't vape it too much.
Oh, wow.
I've got my
It'll be spinning.
I know, Orange Mango, seriously good. I have one that's 3 milligrams and one that's 6 milligrams for mouth to lung, direct to lung.
Yeah.
And I filled it up with 6 milligrams by mistake lunchtime. And I went,
People like, Mark, give me a minute. The room's spinning.
Yeah, so if
I can
Kieron
vape it out
changes,
again, but not all night.
if he changes colour, we'll know there's a problem. We'll know what's up.
Like, you're going quite pale. You all right? You're like,
If I pass out, then
yeah,
you know.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, and that's on the new Thelema Solo.
All right. Yep. All this new gear. Right. Well, I am on, because they're now in stock. I've had this for a little while, but it's not a new RTA, the single coil Artemis by Thunderhead Creations and Tony Vape. Is it Tony? They always put TNY. I was
Tony Vapes.
Yep.
Tony Vapes, isn't it? Yeah, there he is on the side. Tony Vapes. So I'm on that. I forget what I've got in here now. The bubblegum, the Udderly bubblegum in here. So that's that one. Direct lung night tonight. And like you two boys, I'll explain now, we had the samples come through, or I did, which I forwarded on, of the Artemis 2, which is a dual coil. This is a pre-production one, really. They'll be available after the Chinese New Year. And I've got that. There you go. You can see that there, that on the Turin Max. Should have used the gunmetal grey one, but unfortunately, for some reason, I sent that to Dean. Why didn't I keep that one and send Dean the black one? Idiot.
He'll be like, Mark swapsies.
What an idiot. Dean, I want it back. That was forwarded because Thunhead asked me to forward it to him. So I'm always happy to do that for Dean. So I have a little vape on that one. I've got inside here the True Juice Blackcurrant, Raspberry and Lime, which is probably my favourite, as most people know. Vapes, well, I don't know, we'll get to how it vapes for you two boys in a minute, but I think it vapes very well indeed. I've got the Ed Dope in the Mod 2. Might as well show it down there, mightn't I? There it is. With the door open. Shut the door. So got that one as well. Blackcurrant raspberry and lime, but in 9 milligram strength in that one from our concentrates. And I think that's about all I'm on tonight. I am on the dot mod, and I've actually got something to show you. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that drip tip there? Lovely drip tip. And I've also got something else to show you with that.
While you're digging around, I just seen Lynn is joined us as well. So, hello.
Evening, Lynn.
And Laurie's also in chat as well.
Laurie's in chat. Nice to see you back, Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
I'd actually made up my mind. I was going to message Laurie if I hadn't heard any more from her. Right. I was hoping that Roy was going to be in chat, more especially that Michelle was going to be in chat. Because, let me just convert my dot mod a second. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves.
Oh dear.
Dee-dum, 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 dee-dum.
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah.
Just reading a little chat about Lincolnshire. Who lives in Lincolnshire? I don't know. I live in Lancashire, not Lincolnshire.
Panels for the dot mod.
Oh, that's that stupid unicorn.
Unicorn. There
What
it
the
is.
hell is that? Is that yours?
What, the panels?
Panels for the top shelf.
Yeah, the panels were sent to me, and they may well be.
I was about to say, then don't say you bought them. Jeez.
Well, that's not just those. Let me show you.
They come from ODB, old dirty bastard. They normally do battery wraps, as many people know. Obviously, they've ventured into they did like a joint venture with Vaping Bogan and a Obey Robot as well.
Why you
just a
see?
Strange choice to send a unicorn panel. I'm sorry.
That's the trouble, Kieron. When you become a grumpy old man, you don't like things like unicorns.
I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy. I'm grown up. There's a difference.
I'm gonna say anything Marvel related. I'm normally a happy bunny, so it's like, oh, here's a Marvel panel. But I'll buy that. You haven't got a dot shield. I don't care.
Is that more to your taste, Kieron?
Jay's vape reviews. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. So I'll leave those on just for Kieron.
Oddly enough, I have one of their battery wraps on. My battery.
Yeah, what's that? YEC one?
That's the Supreme one that they did.
Right.
I gave my Cthulhu AL a little bit of a face-off as well. Have you saw it on Twitter, Mark?
I did see something, yeah.
Yeah, I put the new Cthulhu sticker inside it, and I've changed the button to the black stealth button.
Right.
That looks nice.
So all that writing's gone now. So much better like that.
They're
really nice.
Sort of new stuff for that, aren't they?
Yeah. To change the button though, you got to undo the whole mod. I'd set the whole thing apart with a dual screwdriver. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's better now. All black's out, totally nice. I like it like that.
I was inside there. I've got the Pioneer bridge inside the dot mod. So I'll keep the blue panels on. Otherwise, the unicorn is just going to upset Kieron, isn't it?
I'm just vaping on my little pony. Like,
yeah, exactly.
My little pony. Yeah, so I think one or two people. I couldn't believe this.
Mark, have you read the chat? Sorry, from Laurie.
I saw. Yeah, I didn't want to know if you wanted to bring it up.
Is it something I can get to in a minute after I said what I'm saying, or is it
breast cancer?
Right. Well, I did know that. Laurie,
right, okay.
Let me go down to it. In fact, let me come to it. We'll get to that. Yeah, that's why I was going to ring her, to be honest, because I did know. But I'll get to what I don't know what Laurie said, but I'll get to it. I don't know why I was so thick and stupid last week. Someone was asking if the Artemis had a squonk pin, and I was thinking the Cthulhu Artemis. Why would it have a squonk pin? I thought, I'm sure it hasn't. And when are the Artemis is coming in? And I thought, yeah, we're out of stock of the Cthulhu Artemis. And of course, why my brain didn't go to the Thunderhead Creations one, I don't know. To the single coil, which is what I'd already told people was coming. They are now all in stock, all colours. And as one or two of you, three of you at least in chat that I know of, so are the Turin Max's mods. And I hope Mark and Mike like what they received. There you go. That's got the little bit I should have.
Did you send the right colours?
Yeah. They
They
ordered it. They ordered it. They got it, and I just hope that they like it as much as I do because I think it's a great mod. So, yeah, very good. So let's scroll down chat. And I'll get to Evening Salford. How are you? Hopefully you are well. And Jay as well. Yeah, Jay's always like the GT. Always has.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Lincolnshire, the fucking Chuckle Sister. I don't even know who that is.
No. I know what that's about, anyway.
Oh, you do you? Right.
I didn't know it's about that way.
Right, you are. Right, yeah, sorry I've been absent dealing with health issues.
Yeah.
And presumably there's another message after that, is there? Scrolling through. Cracked glass, spent out stuck tank. Ah, Rufus. I don't know what that one was all about. God almighty, I'm behind on chat. No, that's the trouble when you highlight something that is way ahead.
Sorry. I thought it was important.
Yeah, well, it will be. Wire rope wicks like a champ. Yeah, these have got the wire in them. The new one, but we'll have a chat about that in a minute.
We will.
Yes, I do, Laurie. That's your first comment. They are now all back in stock. We're quite a decent sized delivery for them before they shoot off on their Chinese New Year. Are you talking about this comment here? Just a bit of breast cancer, no fun, but never far away from your. Yeah, I mean, I did know, and I knew Laurie was back in this country dealing with.
Yeah, I knew she was back in the UK, but I didn't know she was ill.
Yeah, so I hope that all went well for you, Laurie.
We all do,
I'm sure, but
sending love.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I can't do
that. Love it. We're gonna get.
You should do, just go get a bit of pen and paper and just draw a love heart and go, "This is for you."
There's one or two people obviously in chat. Wishing you well, Laurie, and as do we all. Ian above the clouds, Ian to you. Salford. Do you know unicorn here means dickhead? Does it?
I didn't know that, yes.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. Yeah, and quite a lot of people in chat, Laurie, wishing you well. You've been on our chat list for many months and years now, so people will, feel, they'll be familiar with you.
She's also been on the show.
She has. She came on the show all, from unexpected one night, wasn't it? And I said, "Go on."
She was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was the True Tank she was having issues with.
I think it was. I think so.
It was. Yeah.
I think I'll turn this.
Got all the love. I'm just looking at the comments. The amount of love hearts that she's getting. It's actually really nice to see that you guys care. It's really, really nice, and you are all lovely for doing it. Yeah, fantastic.
Am I in time for the giveaways? I haven't done a giveaway for about a year.
Let's get back to that. Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of good wishes sent to you, Laurie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's lovely to see. It really is.
Mark Trigwell. Yeah, that was referenced, Mark, to obviously the Turin Max, and yeah, so you certainly do, Mark. Very pleased. Excellent. Glad you like it. It's not often with a mech mod you get such a nice on-off switch at the bottom for safety, and I think that's a really good feature. Just turn the bottom, and it one way is on, one way is off. Laurie, I may not be here long as I'm. Oh, your family home. No, that's fine, Laurie. Just say goodbye when you're off. We fully understand. Fully understand. Fletcher, yeah.
If you need to chat, you know where we all are as well.
Absolutely, Fletcher. Right, so we all received. I sent these out to you. So, what are your thoughts, guys, on this Artemis 2, the dual coil? Shall we give her? I don't even know. I suppose we're allowed to talk about this. My coils look lovely, but they don't look quite so nice now. So it's a dual coil there. I did see James's, and I made a bit of a pissy comment to you, didn't I, James? You got yours.
Yeah, I saw James on WhatsApp. Yeah, I've changed mine now. Mine not because the ones I put in the video were like 0.16. That was too low for me. It's 0.28 now.
0.28.
Yeah, but even that 6 milligrams strength nicotine.
I've got mine the 0.12 on this.
Yeah,
coil on this one.
I think I'm 0.15 on mine. A pair of 0.3 aliens coming down to about 0.15. I think that's where I was. But so, what do you think? My personal, I'm a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'll tell everyone how it is. I'm a bit out of touch when it comes to direct lung vaping now because I've been mouth to lungs so much of late that there's probably a load of good RTAs that have passed me by as far as direct lung goes. But vaping this, if I was a customer and I received this, I think I would just be thinking to myself, perfect. There's nothing. It keeps up with the wicking well. You don't get a dry hit. This stainless steel, this wire rope seems to work really well. The airflow is quiet, smooth, not turbulent. The flavour's good. And that's really, what else are you looking for?
It is really good flavour, like you said. The airflow is smooth.
Yep. One of the other things I'm very obviously you've mentioned the airflow, but there is no spit back either.
No.
I've had no spit back whatsoever from it. I think it's really well constructed, but the quality of the metal that they've used for it as well. When I got mine out of the box, there was no scratches, there was no glue all over it. Really easy to install the coils. You only need one Allen key. I think that's a really cool feature.
Yeah.
One screw, and that's it.
And how easy is it? Well, for those that don't know, it's like it's very similar to the Artemis 1 that it's sprung, the bit you put the coil in is sprung, so you sort of push it forward, drop your 2 coils in and let go, and then you can like tap it down, line it up, and then screw it up. So it's so easy. It's not all, you won't get white knuckled with that, will you, at all?
There's not like 4 glove screws, just 1 glove screw, and that's it, done.
Yeah,
really good.
Other good things is you do get a spare one. You get this in case obviously the mechanism and the deck stops working. You do get extras for that. That's a plus.
And also you get a squonk pin as well inside the box.
Yeah,
exactly. So if anyone's like a fan of that Centaurus squonk mod, think about how much juice you could carry with that. You could have a full tank on your Artemis and the bottle as well. That's just insane. That would do you a full expo, let's put it that way. At least a day. At least one day.
Did they send me a bubble glass with this as well? I've got a feeling they did. I thought, Christ, that really would contain.
I think if anyone's
it's
like
straight glass in the box. It's straight in my box.
Yeah, it's straight in the box, but I think they sent some separate, probably the bar TPD.
Another thing, it's got a lock-in feature. Like one of the things I mentioned on my last review of the Alexander RD is it's got a lock-in feature as well, which is really nice. Like, so we're not spinning the airflow. It's the whole barrel isn't moving, and then the whole tank doesn't move either. It's kind of tension's really good as well.
And filling is dead easy.
I love the filling method. There's no pardon my French. There's no fanning around. It's just take the top cap off. Your filling method is there. Just
filling method. I'll show everyone if I get really close with it. There's your fill. You just straight in that hole there.
Yeah.
And then on the top cap, there's a pin that sits in that hole. There you go.
Plugs it up. Yeah, exactly.
So there. So any negatives that you found? We should call this a pre-review, shouldn't we?
Maybe like on a subjective side, maybe some people might find it too tall.
Yeah.
You know, like subjectively, some people might find it's too tall for what it is.
It
Maybe
could
there's a
be
mini version of
good
it. I don't know.
on a side-by-side. For a side-by-side device, it'd be quite good.
Yeah, it would. How
Yeah.
tall is it? Let's have a look. It is about 5 centimeters, 50 mil from the top of the drip tip to the base. The light doesn't work on this, so I have to go off a slide because the battery's dead. But it's accurate enough, good enough. Yeah, go on a side by side, wouldn't it? What side by side would take this? The what's that? 20? I don't do it. I don't sell it. But the 21700. You had it, didn't you, Kieron? I think. Didn't you give it away?
Was that
Which
true?
one? I've got about 5 or 6 side-by-sides now. Which one?
I think you gave it to. Mark,
Oh, the one
PPP.
from... Yeah, oh God, what was it called? That piece of shit, basically. That had 5 or 6 different revamps and it still didn't work properly.
Right.
Yeah,
Can't remember the name,
I
that's how good it was. Can't remember the name of it.
Receding head. Should get
It was someone saying chat, I didn't remember the name of what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. I never
I
stopped.
can't.
I should know. Should be able to remember that.
The thing is, I think because obviously the airflow's on the top of it, and obviously most side-by-sides, when you're putting your tank on, obviously you're worried that your airflow's going to get stuck, like behind, it's going to get behind the plate of where the battery tube is. So that kind of takes the guesswork away with this because you can physically see it. So I think that's something maybe worth mentioning. I like the cage on it.
Was it. Well. The Paramore.
Paramore, that's it. Paramore. Yeah, that's it. That would probably take it, wouldn't it? But yeah. I've been enjoying it on this mech mod, to be honest. I think it works well on there. I like it.
I've had it on mech mod wise. I've had it on the M4H1. That's that weird rectangle one everyone gets freaked out by. I've had it on a regulated PWM just to see how much it keeps up with real high power. It does really well. And I just thought it looked quite nice on the Nova, so I've been using it on the Nova today.
Well, then I can't hear Nova without thinking of Vivi Nova, the old clearomisers with the dangly wicks. You must remember them, Kieron. Kieron,
I do.
Type it away. You got a microphone, use it. There. Type it away.
The Vivi Nova was the first coil I ever rebuilt. With like 30.
Yeah, I think it was me as well.
With a bit of silica and a little pin to hold it in place and wrap it around it. Oh God, the good old days.
And did you ever get some of that silica wick and go like that in the sunlight and see how much?
Yeah, see all the dust flying around and the particles. Yeah.
God, you thought if I'm breathing that in, how bad is this for me? Terrible. Evening, Albert. Late on parade, but evening. Chris Holmes, evening, gents. Cheers for my dope. You're more than welcome, Chris. I haven't got to ask you if you like it because I know you do because you sent me a message. So I'm pleased you like it. Was anyone giving away what? This is giveaway channel.
It is, yeah.
Another thing is, I know this might. Again, it's a subjective thing, but a lot of people might want to know if it's okay with other drip tips. And I've got one I've just got a clear one on here. Fits really well. It's nice and snug, tensions really well. Just in case you go, because the O-ring's on the inside of the actual cap. So just keep that in mind when you
Do you know what, James? I didn't even look at that. I didn't
look at that, to tell you the truth. I just been using the same drip tip. I like this drip tip.
I thought that's quite a nice drip tip. I'll use that. Yeah, you're right, though. The O-ring's on the inside of the top cap. Yeah.
So yeah, like the good thing is it's got other things inside the packaging, and this was since last week, so I'm quite glad of my memory. You get obviously a little pre-cut coily tool. Roughly, it tells you where you should cut your coils. But again,
you can't go talk about that. You'll upset the world if you go on about that. Pre-cut coily tools.
Buy a coily tool, for God's sakes.
A cheap imitation knockoff
Yes,
of
a Chinese
thing
imitation.
that cuts coils, but it's not cut coils, but cut coils.
I'll tell you what,
Um,
actually, though, I'm not going to lie. I used the one in the box.
I did too.
I hate to say it, but it's not bad because it's profiled as with the round of the coil as well. So, but
It doesn't fall out, yeah.
I never said that. So I think it's complete plastic junk. And what you
He's like, I can't believe I'm hearing this.
what you need
Right, that's it. I'm going.
is the coily, the proper coily. There's only one coily. There's no other coily, just that one. Adrian,
you also get a spare steel cable in there as well, which is good.
yeah.
Because you've probably got the box sitting there, and I'm just reeling off.
I've
everything by
got
memory.
the box sitting there. There's the box, and a squonk pin as well. So
I think it's fantastic.
What squonk mod could you put that on then?
Yeah,
Centaurus.
Yeah,
Centaurus, which I will do because I've got it to review.
Pretty much any squonker, even a mech squonker as well. As long as you make sure your build and your battery is your ohms on your battery safety, all that kind of stuff, and I think you'd be quite happy.
So I don't actually know. I must look at his channel, Tony Vapes. I don't know who he is, but I'll give you a little flick of the cap. Well done to you, because I think you've done a very good job with that.
Yeah, because I've never had the first one, so I can't compare it to. Because the other one was a single coil, wasn't it?
Single coil.
The ultimate.
Yeah.
Right. So
what we're done with it.
Well,
I would kind of carry an argument that you probably could put a single.
You could.
This.
You could a big beefy one.
Big 3-4 millimeter inner diameter, a big boy coil, and maybe that would work out too.
Yeah.
But again, that's just a subjective thing. If somebody wants to do it, so yeah.
So let's test our vaping style, shall we? Because this is an interesting point. Airflow on it. What have you got? I've got. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 open in the middle, and three closed in the middle?
I want to see mine's about halfway open.
Yeah, yours is the same, Kieron. Yours is the same as me, exactly.
I've got the. My camera's not focusing. Mine's is about the same as both of you, actually. My camera's not focusing in.
I mean, fully open.
So the shut ones, James, have you got 9? 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 in the bottom?
Yes.
There you go. We're all the same. So it must be the airflow, mustn't it? It was too open for me, other than that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you're running it, say you were to run this, I don't know, unless you were doing it on the single coil, as I mentioned. If you're doing this on a stack series, having all that airflow would work out in your favor because it's going to get pretty damn hot. So
yeah.
Maybe that's maybe a feature that was thought of, but I don't know. But what guy? I know you're vaping yours on a mech, but what are you vaping yours at in wattage, Kieron?
I got it at 45.
I've had
it higher than that. Right now, with 6 milligrams, I'm not going to 55. No way.
I've got mine at 100. I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
You got yours at 100.
I have.
When I did my initial 3 mil version, e-liquid, because I mark it on the bottle.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the wrong bottle. I put my 6 in it. When I was doing a 3 milligram, I was vaping it at 70 watts. That was fine, but this one was 6 milligrams. No way.
I've got a method of marking my bottles as well. That I don't know if you can see that. I just put.
It's funny because I like some juices. Some juices I don't like to vape dirt to lung. I prefer mouth to lung. There's not many juices I have that I like to vape in both styles. This juice I like in both.
Right.
That's the mango orange. So I always mark it as 6 milligrams, 3 milligrams. But yeah, I put the 6 in by mistake at lunchtime at work.
Adrian says he still wants a Cthulhu Artemis. I don't know if he's still got them. Steve at SR Vapes did have some. I don't know if he's still got some or not. I know
the Cthulhu Artemis. Also, I'm going to say E-Sig 1 should have them still as well.
Moving on. There
we go. My friends at E-Sig 1.
It's like conflict of interest here.
Yeah.
Neil Pitts. I'm going to go straight to Neil Pitts. Mark, I've heard some people have said that they've had leaking from the seal that holds the tank together on the 520 bridge. Have you had any problems? 520 bridge?
The 520 Cthulhu bridge. You haven't got it, have you?
I haven't got it, no.
I've not had it leaked.
That may be one for you then, Kieron.
Say again?
I said that may be a question for you.
Yeah, it must be for me, but yeah, I've had no issues. I'm not going to moment. I've got the CM bridge in at the moment, but the 520 bridge, I've had no issues with the seals at all. Whereas the Vanderbeek Pulse AAL one, that one's leaks all the time for me, that one.
You need the dope. That's what you need.
I've got the dope.
I know you have. I was talking to Neil Pitts.
I'm going to say take that one out of context. I've got the dope.
I've got the dope. What about?
I've got an echo now. Oh, dear. Right.
Oh, no.
I don't mean you two. I mean I've literally got an echo from the microphone. They did an upgrade, but... Oh, there you go. Daniel says, Steve at SR Vapes has them in stock, pal. There you go. So that I was right. The Vaping Chuckle Sister, all the knowledge from Tavish. There you go. All the knowledge from you, James.
Right, thank you.
Laurie's got to go. Take care, Laurie. Wish you well. I really hope that your recovery is swift and 100%. Good luck. Daniel says, yeah, save something for the review. Yeah, I know, Daniel, but it's like...
Exactly. You give away too much. There's no point in doing a review now.
Well, there is. There still is.
James has told everything.
Not many people watch a live show, do they? They want to see the review, and there'll be a proper coil build and everything else. But sometimes it's nice, when something's about to come out, it's nice to know, is that something worth saving my pennies for, or is it a load of junk that I don't even want anyway? So I think just to give people a broad outline as to what we think of it, I don't think that hurts. Do you? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Mike Haynes, evening, Mike. I hope you like your mech mod as well. It was Mike, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah, it was.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them wanted the green one and one wanted the white one.
White one? Yeah. And...
Yeah.
Talk to the devil, there's Lynn as well. I hope you like Jules too, Lynn. Should I be saying what people have thought? I don't know if I should. Maybe Lynn did, maybe Lynn didn't. I've got an inkling he did. What else have we got here? So, yeah, Paramore. That's how far behind I am in chat. Look, I'm not too bad tonight. Not too bad.
They did a version 3 in the end, and then a version 4. So they never got it right without Paramore.
I don't know if they cured the problems or not. I know they had problems.
Well, I bought the original one, and then I won't say the company because you don't like me saying their name. They sent me the updated one because they knew I wasn't happy. But even the updated one had faults with it, and then the third batch had faults with it. Right. And now the people are the 510s come loose in it on some of them. So,
okay.
No.
That's not good. That's
no.
What's this about? Darts. Don't know what that is about. Vivinova was most excellent. To be honest with you, when it came out, it was probably about the best thing there was.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. I lost count of. I think there was 2 wicks dangling down each side, weren't there, Kieron?
Yeah,
I think there were.
Yeah,
and I remember the Vivinova.
Sometimes you have 4. You had like 2 pieces of silica on each side. So it was like 4 dangling. Yeah.
God, we progressed since those days.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat probably thinking, "What's this silica they're talking about?" They won't even remember silica wicks in the old days.
No. I always forget the name of that Russian stuff that you have to keep reminding me of. The
Eco wool.
That's it, Eco wool. Yeah, I bought a bloody great,
a ball of wool.
Like a big ball of string I bought of that. And I never used a fraction of it because then...
I could just imagine you opening the package going, what am I supposed to do with this giant cotton ball? What am I supposed to do with this?
It was funny stuff. When you
It
cut,
was.
it sort of spread apart, didn't it, Kieron?
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
But you see, some of that e-cable you could get was like slightly hollow.
Mm.
When I used to do my old Genesis wigs, I used to do the mesh, roll up the wire mesh.
Yeah.
But I would put the top part in eco wool, so when I put the wire around it, it didn't cause any shorts.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do in the old Genesis days.
Yeah. I never really did get into Genesis.
I used to love my Jennies.
Yeah.
I still use them now and again.
I didn't really get into them. It's like a single wire going like a corkscrew upwards, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
I just watched so many reviewers at the time. I think it was who was it? Who was doing the I Get You? I think used to do quite a few.
Scott Bonner.
Scott, yeah, and he used to get hot spots galore, even on just there must have been editing on the video, and he still got loads of hot spots. And I just thought, I don't know, can I do with all that faff?
There's a knack to it. Once you got the knack right, it's fine.
Kieron's doing after
tonight, isn't he? If you both have the dope, who is he?
Oh.
The Ed Dope. There's the Ed Dope for you, Salford. It's a bridge for a borrow tank.
And there's one of my cats again. 1 second. Come on, you.
While obviously Kieron's away sorting out his feline problem, because I share his pain because my cat's also a massive pain in the arse. Fletcher, I've seen your wee comment there. Both of these tanks are authentic tanks. The Artemis 2 and the Nautilus GT is also authentic. The only one that is a clone is my GT4 with the steam tinner's cap. But I've just been honest, why not? There you go. Everything else I have tonight is authentic. Moving up in the world.
So do you think Fletcher was having a little dig at you then, Davish?
I think so.
You do?
Yeah, I think what, I don't mind being known as a clone reviewer, because that's where most people started off. Getting what they could get, and I don't really mind.
I must admit,
I just like to set some things straight sometimes.
I had a comment on the True Tank, because on YouTube you get a comment when you get a notification when someone makes a comment, don't you? Yeah. And I got a comment on the True Tank, and I thought, I can't answer it. So I hit the bell that takes you to the True Tank review, and I thought it was so long ago now. Were there any other comments on there? And about the fourth one down, I think it was, someone said, do you know when the clone is coming out? I thought, fair enough. Someone's got a sense of humour. Yeah, Mike, I got the green. That's right. Yeah, Mike Haynes got the green mech mod. So yeah, I hope you like it, Mike, as much as I do. I think that's a cracking mech mod. I think they've done a really good job of that. And as I say, they are now all in stock. Bought mod from Italy for €185. Got tax demand from DHL. Oh, Jed Hall for 348. Anyone know what that's all about? Wow, that's too much.
Wowzers.
You shouldn't have got that. That's a mistake, is what that is, Jed. Definitely a mistake.
I was about to ask if any of you two knew what that might have been, because I get.
I got my parcel from Italy, and I didn't get any charges with DHL, but I paid like €20 for DHL Express, so maybe it's different.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get clobbered for import duty, fair enough. But
yeah, but not that amount.
You wouldn't get nearly double what the item costs.
No.
It would normally be like a tenner admin or whatever fee plus about 10% of the product, I guess. So yeah. you probably it should have been about £30, maybe £34.80, and someone's put the point in the wrong place. It might even be that.
£34.80.
Let's just hope, because that's a big wad of cash.
I would give him a ring. Give him a ring, Jed, and say, I think you've made a faux pas. Can we get this sorted, please?
Definitely.
Or just did you pay it, or did you just tell him to take it back?
I'd tell him where to stick it at that price.
Don't want it then. Take it. Don't want it. Sometimes you get the bill afterwards, don't you? So
yeah, after you sign for it, then they give you the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not daft.
Since, even if that is the case, I'm just thinking like, where did, like, if a DHL is the one that's doing this, well, where do they get off doing that? Because they know people are desperate to get this product, and they're quite happy to, if it is true. Obviously, that's mental, absolutely mad.
Birthday present.
Guy Stewart says he's got the Paramore. It's never given him any problems. Looks like he got a good one.
Yeah. Just quality control, obviously. Because I mean, I heard good things and bad things.
Mike Haynes hasn't had any problems with his either.
It may have just been a batch issue, but again, I can only go by what other people have, other people's experiences. My overall view on something is, until I've used it, I always keep my opinion open, and until I go, oh, sorry to hear you've had a bad experience. I've never owned it, so I can't give you my opinion on it. So, but if people have said they've had no problems, then fair dues. And you go.
Put that one in chat as well. Peter247, there you go. My dope arrived today. Very impressed. I think it's hard not to be impressed by that. I don't. What do you reckon, Kieron? You've used it for a bit now.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it.
Yeah,
really good. Like I said to you last time, I just like the fact you get all those airflow inserts.
Yeah,
a real big choice.
And that's the one where you don't, like, with the one you're talking about, you don't actually need to take the build out. It just comes out the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It comes out the five. That's very clever, because a lot of the older style ones, you would need to take the build out or the post out with the build on it and then slide it. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Fletcher, there you go, look. Mark, no dig at McTellish. It was aimed at you. Really, just a giggle, thought you sold clone. I have sold clones and still do. The Ed Dope is a clone, basically. But how would you put? I don't want a long debate about clones, really. But if you think about it, some of the biggest shops do clones. Think of the Titan or Triton bar at Aldi is the Mars bar. Is it the Racer? Is the Snicker bar? It's it's wherever you go in life. And sometimes when you have to join this Facebook group and pay like 200 quid for something that isn't really worth more than 30, 40 quid in real terms, I just think in a way clones are healthy. It keeps the elite stuff, it keeps them grounded a bit, because it can all get out of control. It enables someone, if they want to try, if they really say they love like the dope, if they think, yeah, I reckon I'd really like that, I'm going to buy the clone first. If I like it, I'm going to get the authentic. And that happens as well. So in that point of view, it's also good for authentics from that point of view. But to drop a couple of hundred quid on something on the chance that you think you're going to like it, and when you don't, it's a lot of money for a lot of people, so I'm all about getting people off cigarettes, and that was always and whatever way, I think, as long as a clone isn't made of some dodgy material that's going to be harmful to someone, like the base is built of lead or something tough, as long as it's nicely made, which things like SXK, 5A Vape, all their stuff's all good. Yeah. I don't have a major problem with it, but yeah. So I've took a lot of flack over the years for selling clones, and continue to do so. But I'm quite comfortable with it. So I do what I think is right. And
it's like, here's a good example. Obviously, I can't remember how much the original Steam Tuners cap is for the GT4, the Nano. But I broke mine. I'd over tightened it like a muppet, and I obviously went to untighten it, and I cracked because it's like a polymer, and I'd cracked it, and I went onto AliExpress where I originally got it, and I got two of them for under 12 quid, and that's including postage and packaging. Whereas an original authentic Steam Tuners, it's like 20. Again, don't quote me, but it was much more expensive than what I paid for two.
Yeah.
And they do, and all I need to remind myself is don't put a citrus liquid in it, just in case. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing I have to remind myself.
Yeah, right enough. Right. Adrian will say a true version 2 would interest me if you kept everything the same but had inserts and a nicer top cap. I don't want to see silicon or have a raised drip tip connection. Yeah, I'd agree, Adrian.
I was waiting for you to see that comment.
That'd be a lovely RTA, wouldn't it? I quite fancy that one myself. Couldn't agree
You have the
more.
power.
Couldn't agree more. I think, to be honest, the Nest has left such a nasty taste in my mouth. I think that's holding me back.
I thought it was good flavour on the Nest.
Very good, Kieron. Yeah, but I think you know what I mean. I've got a considerable amount of stock left, and and I don't see it all as a failing of the product. I've got some quite strong thoughts about that. But there you go. We won't harp on that one.
Just as a footnote, I enjoyed it. I actually got a second one, so I could do just reviews with both of them.
I know you did, James.
Colours.
Yeah.
That was one thing I've always thought highly of you, Mark. Is like I was literally no one, and you went, "Do you want to try a Nest?" I was just like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'll take one."
Yeah,
absolutely. And then obviously I enjoyed it that much. I got a second one. I've got the all matchy for other devices.
Yeah, I know you did, James, and I did send a lot out, but when I did the True Tank, I sent about 50 out to various reviewers and people that did blogs and things like that. And it does work. It's advertising, isn't it? At the end of the day, so there's an incentive for me to send these things out. It's not. I know you didn't have a massive amount of subscribers. That to me doesn't matter, because sometimes those people can put more effort in and do a better job than someone with a lot of subscribers that thinks, dirt later. Do you know what I mean? So, I think there's something to be said for that.
I just seen a comment from Neil Pitts at the very bottom. If you want to have a look.
At the very bottom.
Yeah, I would love to get to the bottom as well one day.
I'm just saying, obviously, it was on the subject of clones, and he makes a very valid point about. Want me to read it out instead, or do you want to put it on the screen?
Hang on, I'll go at the bottom. I'm not that far off the bottom myself.
Yes, boss. No problem, boss.
Right, go on. You can read it out. I'll put it on the screen.
It says, I was going to get a real billet box, but the guy I was going to get it from raised the price by $100. But when he got it, he'd sold it. He bought an SXK BB 70 watts, and he's got over 12,000. Is it 12,000 puffs on it?
12,000 puffs. It's got his puff counter going on it. Yeah.
So there you go.
But you see, even the SXK billet box, they use a DNA 60 chip in a lot of them, and the other chip they use is the I can't remember the name, but that's a good chip as well. So they don't use cheap rubbish in there. Right, I'm going to go back to where I was. Does anyone have issue parting their hair? What's that?
I know. Nobody's have issue with having any hair.
Mine's on end most of the time. So
that's where I got to was coil. I want a clone tripod before I fork out and buy the Hundo Plus. Now, I will say to you, the problem with that coil is I had a clone tripod and it was crap. But the authentic one's good. So that is the exception to that case. And the same with was it the Reload mouth to lung? The clone was awful. But the genuine one is good. So it doesn't always follow, but I guess it depends what clone you got. And again, maybe I got a bad batch, so they might be all right now. So give it a go. Jed Hall, they asked for payment before delivery. Refused it. They sent it away. Just been threatened with debt collectors. Yeah, they do that a bit. DHL. You'll get. I know the letter. I've had one of those letters from DHL, and I'd already paid them bizarrely, but because they hadn't tied it to my account number, they didn't think I had, and I I said, I had to email them copies of me payment and all sorts, and then they agreed that I had paid it. So they can be a funny lot. They send it in the hands of a third party to collect the money. DHL do. They don't do it themselves. That's the problem with that. But if you sent it back, surely you haven't received the parcel, so nothing to pay.
Exactly.
I would have said. I would argue that. A clone is only a clone if you can't tell it away from the original. Otherwise, it's a copy. Yeah, I guess so, Guy. Guess so. Vaping Chuckle Sister. Don't pay anything, Jed. It's probably a scam. Don't know if it would be a scam. You should have paperwork with it. If
it's a text message, then
Oh yeah. Have you seen the Royal Mail one that we're having problems with?
I get them all the time on my phone. It's like spam.
With your parcel that there isn't an error on the address. Click here to confirm it's you and all this.
You need to pay £1.99. Yeah, sure, of course I do. How do you get my number? How do you know my mobile number even? You know.
Horrible that the people that are around that are trying to scam.
Yeah.
So they've got nothing else better to do.
No.
Well, some people are quite clever, aren't they? And you think if you channeled that intelligence into something legal, you'd probably earn a lot of money. Do you know what I mean?
True, actually.
Why go down the dodgy route? Quite weird.
Exactly. It's all about the Nest.
That's a chat within chat within chat.
Yeah.
I'm
getting Skype messages as well. Yeah. Gosh, golly.
Good on you.
I sent a message to you, Mark, by mistake. I was replying to somebody else. I replied to you instead.
You sent something on Skype. I couldn't see it.
Yeah. I replied, but it wasn't meant to reply to you. I replied to somebody else, but I said it to you.
Oh, was it? Right, okay. Too true.
Too
true. Yeah, very good guy. Right, I got down to the billet box now, so I can skip that. I would have gotten a Nest if I still wanted a cloudy direct to lung. Well, yeah, that's right, Adrian. And if you've gone now down the mouth to lung route, and I'll be honest, I don't use the Nest a lot because I'm mainly mouth to lung. But it's funny how since I bought that out, a lot of the other manufacturers have gone the very same way, you know, with the RTAs and stuff like that. So never mind.
The rabbit one's one that jumps to mind straight away.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Who was that? Meg Twinkish has been hidden by Daniel. Who the hell's Meg Twinkish?
It's not me anyway.
I didn't see that.
But by highlighting it, Kieron, we know all that.
I think Daniel's having a field day today with some of these people in chat.
Remember Grim building the Nest? Yeah, that was a bizarre one, Rufus.
Oh, God.
He said how good he thought it was, and it was amazing, and all the rest of it. And I think he was pissed, wasn't he? And he did a live and built it. Didn't use any cotton around the outside. Made a complete mess of doing it.
Well, they all did. Even Jay Hayes made a total balls up of it. Sorry.
I think, Kieron, it says more about them than it does the Nest.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Clone batteries, yeah. Daniel.
I was going to say, speaking of, that's probably the one thing I wouldn't do. It's like the only, like somebody said, these batteries are copies. That's probably the only thing I wouldn't touch.
No batteries, no.
Definitely not. Absolutely not. If anyone said, I've got these batteries for a $5, they're AWTs or they're Sony VTCs, I'd be like, no, thank you.
I've read it now, McTwinkish.
McTwinkish. I was like,
because it stays on like that. The thing does.
It's not me for once, Matt. It's not me.
Right. Well, I think it's gone 9:30, and we haven't done the old stocks and shares. As anyone who follows the stock market will know, it absolutely spat its dummy out and went down a long way, but has since in the last couple of days recovered itself. Where's my stocks thumbnail? There you go. That I'll put up that all information, opinions discussed are for entertainment and shouldn't be considered financial advice. Now I can't find it again to take it out. There it is. Well done, me. Right, iPhone. So if I turn it on, this week I have gone for one, as always. Let's get rid of that screen. Just make sure I'm not putting that on the main bit. Here it is, free trade. Let's get this up. I did have an absolute sea of red. They were horrendous. Is it going to come up? Yeah, it's come up. I've now got a sprinkling of green. 50-50 I have indeed. My pick for last week, which was, I think it was Palantir, wasn't it? Last week, is up 6.39%. My drones did go into the red, but have bounced back up into the green with a couple of percent. Zoom went massively down into the red and bounced back up to only -3. Cloudflare, I think, went down to -25% and has come back up to -7. It's amazing how they dart all over the place. Sentiment is now a slight loss. And my pick for today is Fresnillo. And do you boys know what Fresnillo is?
No.
No, they're a gold and silver miner is what they are.
Okay.
So I'll get rid of that. I have got a picture somewhere with Fresnillo. Where is it? Is it this one? I could be putting anything up there. Hey, here it is. Fresnillo. This dates, it's quite a long chart, so it dates back, there's 2020. I don't know if you can see my mouse hovering, not sure. It went, I'll put a line at top and bottom. So in the crash in 2020, it went in March, it went down to 522 pounds a share, and it's now, and it went all the way up to 1360. That's some jump, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's sunk all the way back down to 636. And I just thought, I reckon there's got to be a little bit of value to be had there. So that was purely my only reasoning for going for that. A little bit of value. Nothing more, nothing less.
So what you think it might go back up after obviously being so low? Well, mind you, there only is really one way to go.
Silver and gold is a bit out of favour at the minute. And also, if you consider the fuel prices, and obviously a gold miner and silver miner, they spend a fortune on petrol, diesel, running the machinery to mine this stuff out. So their overheads are going to go way up, aren't they? So consequently, the profits are less, the shares come down, and all the rest of it. So two things have hit that, I think. Fuel prices and the price of gold and silver in general, which I believe has been suppressed by the big banks. But there. So everything is cyclical, and I do believe that it goes full circle, and as much as they're going down now, like fuel was down, it was only about 8 months ago, wasn't it? A year ago, it was down to negative a barrel, wasn't it?
Now, I think it's because I think the main reason for that being is everyone was in the lockdown, and it was coming, so they basically crashed everything. So when everyone came back, they put the prices back up again.
Yeah, don't you just think that was a money reset for the rich to get richer and to wipe the poor out? That's what I think it was, to be blunt. But...
Is it tinfoil hat time?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a dangerous place up here, Kieron. You don't want to be up there. So that was purely my only thought basis for buying it.
It's all the new world order, isn't it? Taking over slowly.
I saw a bit of value, and I think if it goes down much more, it ain't going to go down that much more, I think. And the potential, it's got its potential to go up quite nicely. So that's where I was. So I think that will do for stocks for tonight. Right, quick and swift. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, I think. So I'm still, I'm losing at the minute a little bit, I think, if you added all the minuses and pluses, but I'm not far out, so I'm quite happy with how that's going. I'm still confident of my 7 or 8% increase by the end of the year, subject to war.
Which you never know at the moment.
Well, what would crash it? War would certainly crash it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's the trouble as well. That's where you're a little bit through no fault. You've done all the intelligent bit. You've picked out what you want to buy. You think that's a good company. It's going to do well. War breaks out. Everything crashes, and through no fault of yours, someone else has made that decision. Your money has dwindled, and I think that's a bit unfair in a way, really, don't you?
That's life.
It's life. It's life. I was talking to someone, this was a couple of years ago, and he said he got left some money in a will, and he didn't know what to do with it. So he went and saw a financial advisor, and he said, "Put it in the stock market, and I'll help you do it. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in," and he put him in basically trust funds, like exchange traded trust funds for the S&P 500 and all the rest of it. I said, "Did that work out right for you?" "Oh, no," he said. "About 2 weeks later, all them planes hit the building, didn't they?" The Twin Towers.
Bloody hell.
Jesus.
He said it absolutely annihilated all my inheritance. So you can't account for that, can you? Who thought that when we got up that morning? So, yeah, it's bad. Right, we'll move on from stocks.
Guys,
like you're obviously talking about, war and things like that. Just obviously out of curiosity, Jack, there ever will be another world war? Just out of curiosity, because obviously everything that's happening with the Ukraine and the Russians and the Americans are starting to butt their noses in, and the British have to look like they care, so they're like, "Oh, we'll help in any way that we can," but most of the people like, "We don't really want to. It's somebody else's fucking problem." Do you think we'll ever have another
I think there will, in the end, be a final world war, yes, but not yet. I think the Ukraine and Russia thing won't blow that far. It's going to blow over, hopefully. I'm hoping so, because I want to go over there soon.
Hopefully, you and I, Kieron, will be in the home guard like old Corporal Jonesy. But
hopefully we'll either be dead by then or we'll be just too senile to even care. So, But no, I don't think there'll be a world war yet, but it will end that way. I can see it ending it in that way.
Yeah.
Future.
I mean, just on that, you've got to ask yourself, why are Russia and China buying so much gold? They're buying all the gold they can get their hands on. Why? They're questions that I ask in here, and do you know what I mean? That's why silver miners, gold miners. Why are they doing that? What is the benefit? Is there going to be some big financial reset where we used to be under a gold policy, didn't we? Till 1971, I think. And they got rid of that for the Federal Reserve. So why are they doing it? What is the benefit? So all questions that are unanswered at the moment. So in about 10 years' time, something will happen and go,
can I say to chat, next week you should all bring your tinfoil hats.
I remember Mark at Naturevape talking about silver and gold. I remember.
Don't they use gold in circuit boards?
Silver, a lot of silver. Some gold, I think. Yeah, some gold.
So you might find that's probably why maybe, because we all know that there's a big chip shortage and things like that at the moment. They're planning ahead for the future.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Who knows?
Either that or they're making gold idols to worship.
What is an Irish kiss?
It's a punch in the mouth.
It's a headbutt.
Is it? Mm-hmm. What's up with you then, Ballymena?
I thought that was a Scottish kiss.
No, it's a Glasgow kiss.
Yeah. It's like,
what's up there?
The gold teeth fillings, Josh, not Herb.
Josh, not Herb. Yeah, good evening to you.
Neil agrees with you, Kieran. He thinks it's probably going to be for the chips.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Gold.
Oh,
well done, Mike. There you go. I looked at that as well. Just catching up.
They're probably using a lot of gold on the spaceships, on the satellites as well. Especially Russia and China, they're putting a lot of things up in space. So you'd be surprised how much gold goes up on those things.
I think it's to do with the money reset. My tin hat's thicker than yours, Kieran.
This new world order thing is getting out of hand.
Graham says lithium producers maybe.
I wouldn't say this is a controversial statement, but it's quite an interesting one I've just read. Mobile phones are full of precious metals.
They are gold and silver.
Metals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must be a typo then. I've read the typo like
It's
a
a
mucker.
typo, it's metals. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what they're probably buying it all up for, because they know there's going to be a shortage later on. Especially China, because China is technology.
It
Pure and
is.
simple.
Yeah, it is. But I don't think they're buying it for manufacturing. That's what I don't think they are. I'll tell you where I missed out. I said we're off then now, but we've gone back on. But where I missed out, that was nearly about 2 years ago. I thought aluminium. I'm going to go aluminium, buy aluminium, and I never did. And I really wish I had, because it's gone up massively.
Aluminium foil. We make a lot of turkeys at Christmas.
So, well, you think of the solar panels, all the borders, aluminium.
Yeah.
You know, so aluminium's used more and more these days for all sorts of things. Tried to put that up a second ago, 3D. I'll answer it now. I'm not shipping overseas anywhere at the moment. Hopefully that changes. But we just had so many problems with parcels getting returned to us. Oh, it was horrendous. And I just couldn't cope with the stress. So I just knocked it on the head until all our governments sort out what we can send, how we can send it, and it will get there, and all the rest of it. You've already read in chat tonight, was it Ned or Jed? Ned, about his import duty DHL. That's the kind of thing we are up against on a daily basis, and it's not fair to me, and it's not fair to the customer to have that. So I've knocked on the head until they sort their act out and stop having parties. Iggy says, war with whom? Who are we going to have war with? I don't want to say.
I think in the end it'll be China. I mean, everyone's always said, Russia. I think it'll be China in the end that calls it. In the end.
The other thing, actually, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Dan. He's put in there. But the other thing with 3D, I'll answer him as well, that some customers from overseas, and if you find one, let me know, from Canada, because it would be handy, are using shipping forwarding companies. I know for places like Emirates, they're using a company called Amarex, where basically you order it from my site, put the shipping address to Amarex in the UK, and they forward it to you. Whether there's the same service to Canada, I don't know, but would be worth you looking into. Not just to buy stuff from me, from other people as well, from the UK. And just Google shipping forwarders to Canada and see what you come up with. Might work for you. Same goes to anyone else in any other country that may or may.
It gets so awkward, isn't it, to ship to America and places like Canada. It's just impossible to ship there at the moment.
Yeah. Graham says, no, they won't. It's all about a pipeline. Yeah, they just got to cut the electric pipes and the oil pipes, and we've had it, haven't we? Well, they won't have to fire a bullet these days. It will just be all be done on software. God, I started something now. Should we be talking about war anyway? I don't know if we should.
Yeah, why not?
It's not hypothetical anyway. It's fine. We're just having
we can do this. We can do like a stock section and a tinfoil hat section.
What's the worst that can happen?
Famous last words. That
gold teeth fillings. Yeah, yeah. Teeth. Yeah, I mean, Graham says because of electrical components and technology. I mean, silver goes massively into solar panels, all sorts, everything, and cars. Think of the chips now in electric cars. You had already had I don't know, let's say 100 in a normal car. There's probably 500 in an electric car. So all these chips are going to be used more and more and more.
Yeah,
I think I've said that before, but
especially all the lithium ion as well. It's going to be a lot of batteries inside that. Especially, what was it? Elon Musk did that Cybertruck thing, and that the whole floor of that truck is just a battery.
Yeah,
thousands and thousands of batteries.
Yeah, as Jay says, mobile phones. I think that's what you read, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Not
a
metal,
question for
metals.
McTavish.
Woohoo.
How does it feel to be jocking a register at a vape shop where you can't afford to purchase it? Oh, I think that's a nasty comment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Yes, it
ignoring it.
sounded like it.
Yeah. Behave, vaping chuckle sister. Did it?
I
Did you
think
deserve?
I have a very rough inkling who it is, and I'm just going to ignore it.
Yeah. We'll move on. We'll move on. Satellites are made from gold, I reckon. China, Russia are building a new space station. Yeah, God, there's so much about space. Don't get me talking about space.
Yes, I agree, Graham. There's something going on there with space.
What's that, Kieron?
I agree with Graham there. That's what it's for. It's to do with something to do with space.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not even going to go there. Space.
You started all this.
I know. It could go on for ages, though, couldn't it? Imagine
Jeez,
fueling that with a few frothy bevies. They start talking about all this. Cool. Never talk about politics and.
You just see Kieran come up behind you and just put a tinfoil hat on with the wheat aerial. I told you this would happen.
Neil Pitts, a stock to watch is US Steel. They're building an $8 billion foundry near me.
Wow.
8 billion. You can't even comprehend that sort of money, can you? You really can't. I can't.
It's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
It's madness, like the amount of money like the Americans are quite happy to throw into something like that. It's insane. It really is. It's something else.
Oh, that's really good of you, Coyle. Bless your heart. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah.
He's saying he can send it on to 3D. That's what this chat's all about. We're all here to help each other. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. China invading Taiwan.
So you started it all off in China.
I'm going to touch this on a lighter note. Okay, there's a program that Tina and I have been watching. It's called something like, it's on Discovery Plus, and it's called something like Before the 90 Days, and it's 5 or 6 Americans that are on worldwide dating websites, and they all fly.
Wife watches this shite on you go.
They all fly to various parts of the world, and the women normally go to like Nigeria. The blokes go to Ukraine and the Philippines and Cuba, places like that. It's just so funny. It is so funny, really funny. If anyone likes that sort of program, it's just.
If you like watching a car crash happen in front of you, feel free to watch it. My wife watches that shit, and I'm just like, I'm out the room. See you later, man.
You just see this sort of 50-year-old bloke, right, that hasn't had a girlfriend in 10 years in America. And for some reason, he thinks a 25-year-old hottie from Cuba is going to be interested in him, not for his money. And
that's the guy that looked like a melted candle.
So
he's got like no neck and he walks around like this.
If anyone fancies a giggle, it's on Discovery.
I was just like, what the hell is this you're watching? She's like, it's good. I like watching. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go do something else.
So
I'm away to the kitchen to do a build. Fuck it.
You'll have to tell your missus about that, James, if she doesn't watch it.
Oh, I know.
You might find it a giggle. I don't know. You might not. But Tina and I sit there in fits of laughter about it. So it's funny. I think it's funny. The scamdemic is not going away. I'd suggest that you'll retake GCSE biology and look at how viruses operate. And cycle. BBC Bite Size might open your eyes. Night. Good night, Iggy.
Night.
I think that might be a chat within a chat somewhere in there.
Who knows?
Yeah, but they've got a point. This it's all been about money in the end. This pandemic. I don't care what they say. The government, they've made a fortune out of it.
Oh, they did. People with money that in the know, they made an absolute killing out of that pandemic.
Yeah.
Absolute killing. Of course they did. Graham, that's why Teslas are expensive, full of gold. Did you hear that they've had about 50,000 Teslas recalled for a software issue? Today,
Wow.
I think that was. I thought, oh, my Tesla shares are going to take a hiding. That's another one gone. I think they're all right.
The thing though with Tesla, they might go up and down, but it'll always keep going up at the end.
It's like if any of you actually seen a picture of the Cybertruck from Tesla.
Yes.
You ever
Yeah,
seen?
yeah.
I really want one. It's ridiculous looking, but it looks like something. I'm a huge fan of like games like Cyberpunk and like very future. It looks like a DeLorean on stilts, and I'm like, I really want that car.
Cyberpunk
It
was
looks
too
so much
production if that
fun.
came out.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. But I was watching I was on YouTube. I went back and watched the presentation of it, and they were talking about how it had bulletproof windows and it had
The
a
doors.
rust
Have you
stainless steel
seen
body, and
them?
And he
took a
broke it.
sledgehammer.
Have you seen them with the
Was it a
sledgehammer?
sledgehammer, or he elbowed
Go
the
into
window
the,
and it
into the
burst.
door, and it just goes bong bong. I don't rate it at all. That's my career gone. They make all cars like that. There's two things
Well,
that
yeah,
could.
the windows are bulletproof, and he put his elbow through the. And he put his
That's
elbow.
it. It was broke here.
Not the door though. They hit that with a sledgehammer. It just bounced back at him. I couldn't believe it. No dent at all.
When are they bringing out the phone?
I don't know, but I want
I know
one.
it's coming.
I want one as soon as I do.
And that's when your stocks will go up.
Yeah. I saw something about a robot as well that they're designing to build us. Like that
Oh,
company.
the automaton thing that he's building.
Yeah.
That man is my favourite Martian, honestly.
Coil behave. I'll put it on there because it was quite funny.
I've read that.
3 package to Alabama is 14 days to the day and costs 15 UK pounds. Yep, probably right. Right, well, I've got to the end of chat. Well done, me. That doesn't happen very often, does it? 21:56, and you'll notice no watch. I took it off tonight. I thought I'm not having that talk through me again. Bloody thing.
I just switched mine off, put it on nighttime mode.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So it doesn't talk or nothing. It's great.
I don't even know how to do that. No idea. So, any reviews coming up, Kieron? What have you got coming up?
I've got a few actually. I've got to do the Chroma Z217 Force Kit, and I've got to do the Uni one from Oxford, the similar that you've got, the one in that funky rainbow colour.
Oh, the colour you like so much. Yeah.
Then I've got to do the Vandervape Pulse AAO.
Right.
So yeah, that's 3 to do this week, and of course my Sunday sofa juice review, as always every Sunday.
Sunday sofa. Yeah.
Sunday sofa juice review. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Let's put that up there. I don't think we asked for a thumbs up, so I think we've sort of come to near enough the end. By the time we say our good nights, Tina's got a bit of a headache tonight, so I don't want to be too late. So otherwise we would have perhaps run over a little bit because we're a bit late starting. But I'll shortchange you all tonight. There you go, Daniel. Oh, look at that, Daniel. Talk about politically correct.
He's even got the Simpsons in there.
It's got everyone in there. Catch through. Well done. I like that, actually, Daniel. That's good. So, anything, James, you've got coming up for review?
Yeah, I've because obviously I've got the Aspire Nautilus GT tank. I'm going to be doing a head-to-head with that, and I know one's a stock coil and one is a rebuildable, the GTR. But I want to compare. Obviously, if you were to buy an authentic GTR, or would you rather go for this and like a kind of money comparison kind of thing with it? See if it's something, I don't know. I've got a couple of RDAs coming up. I've got the Claymore. I've got the Big Fish. I've got the Mesh. And I've got the Lit coming up as well. So stay tuned for those.
1 or 2 bits and pieces then. I must be due to do a review fairly soon. I will be doing one on the Artemis 2. Probably do one on the 1 as well, even though it's... I don't know how long that's been out. 6 months, is it? But there's not that many, I don't think, available.
When is the Artemis 2 coming out, though?
It'll be after Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Don't forget the MV10.
MV10.
MV10. You'd be amazed how many people don't put that discount code in. Anyone in chat, it's what it's there for. It's for you guys. It's supporting this, watching the show, being part of it all. I might even do a separate code for the YouTube channel so that I know, people that use it and who's who. So I might do that as we go forward. So, James, you led us in with what you're vaping on. Would you like to lead us out?
Of course. So to everyone in chat, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's good to see you all having chats and conversing with each other. And again, to Laurie, thank you very much for joining us. I know you haven't been well. Massive love to you, and hopefully we get to see you very soon. To you guys, thanks for another fantastic Tuesday evening. It's been a good laugh as always. Next week I will bring a tinfoil hat and I'll pass it over to Kieron.
Yeah, again, same. Big thanks to everyone in chat. Thanks to Daniel for watching all the comments. There's been quite a few in there tonight. No wish on bots though. And yeah, like you said, Laurie, hope she's recovering nicely. And thanks to Mark and James. And again, next week, tinfoil hats. I'll see you then.
Hats. Yeah, I think my stocks will be something. I'll give you a clue. Fizzy drink, but it's not next week. That might well be the one. Not a lot of people will get that one. Thank you, Corgath, and thank you everyone else that said thanks for the show and good night to you all. So yeah, thank you, Kieron, as always, dedicating your time on a Tuesday night, and you, James, thank you. I'm glad you liked what I sent you and you found that of interest. That was always nice. Always nice to get a new product that's a little bit different and a bit decent as well. And I was quite excited by it, so I thought that was quite good. And obviously in chat, your comments, your humour. I think your humour's on form tonight. Well, a tinfoil hat. So no, thanks. Hopefully enjoyed the show. And until next week, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.